Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta are here this week as part of GoFest, and let me tell you, these look hard, but I think they're going to be relatively easy. This is all going to be about getting as much energy as possible to be able to turn your Zacian into a Crown Sword Zacian or your Zamazenta into a Crown Shield Zacian and get their adventure effects, which are absolutely incredible. In this video, we're going to go through how to make it super easy to do, what you're looking for in terms of the hundos, how to get as much energy as possible, and how to do the fusions and all the counters, all that kind of stuff. So stick around, let's get it done. Now, I love Crown Sword Zacian, right? Like, I love it so much. I even have this figurine sitting on my desk that I got from Osaka when I was in GoFest over there. And I do have the Hundo Zacian with the Osaka background, which is my pride and joy, absolutely maxed out to 5,629, which is the highest combat power in the entire game. This is absolutely huge. I'm so excited about it. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't give one of my top 3 Pokemon, a really raw end of the stick when it came to the power. So this outranks White Kyurem, it outranks Black Kyurem. It is just the best Pokemon in the game. I mean, maybe there's a little bias, but if you look at the numbers, it is one of the best Pokemon in the game. And it has a new adventure effect, and that adventure effect is Behemoth Blade. Now, Behemoth Blade is going to be one of the adventure effects that you need to give you a higher chance of being able to solo a 5-star or a 4-star raid in Pokemon Go. So if soloing is your thing, Behemoth Blade is going to really help you out. But let's go back to how to actually get these Pokemon to start with. Firstly, to change Zacian and Zamazenta into their crowned forms, you'll need either 1,000 Sword Energy or 1,000 Shield Energy and 30 of the Pokemon's Candy. And to earn energy, it's very similar to how we earned energy when we did the Kyurem raids or the Necrozma raids, where you defeat the formed Pokemon and then you catch just the unfused Pokemon and then you get some energy as part of that. So you'll receive Sword Energy when you defeat Crown Sword Zacian and Shield Energy when you defeat Crown Shield Zamazenta, and then you use that energy to do the fusions. Now, they're not fusions, they're form changes, but the concept is very similar. You should be expecting to receive in between 80 to 100 energy once you complete each raid. So you should be ready to do around about 10 raids per type. So 10 Zacians, 10 Zamazentas, and they are going to appear on different days. So to start with, Crown Shield Zamazenta is going to appear on Saturday the 28th of June, and its hundo is 2,188, or it's going to be 2,735 if it's weather boosted by cloudy weather. Its shiny looks absolutely incredible. I think this is a great looking shiny. I mean, sometimes some of those radical pink shinies looks absolutely amazing. Like, I want it. I have some of them, right? But I don't have any with a great IV. So I'm really chasing a new Zamazenta with a great IV, especially high on its defense and health stats, given Zamazenta doesn't rank as high in terms of combat power when you look at the numbers, but its defense is really high. And when you use it in max battles, it automatically comes with a max guard stack. So this is now the best tank in the entire game when you're doing it in max battles. And don't forget, you can use Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta in max battles now, which is going to be a great change. I mean, when it changes form, it doesn't look that crazy. I mean, it almost looks like there's a missing animation when I use my Crown Sword Zacian in max battles, but it does a lot of damage, and Crown Shield Zamazenta is going to do a lot of tanking. I mean, this is going to be one of the best tanks in the entire game, so do not overlook this. And the best moveset for Crown Shield Zamazenta is going to be Metal Claw and Behemoth Bash, which is its special move. And then on Sunday the 29th of June, Crown Sword Zacian will start appearing in raids, and its hundo is also 2,188 or 2,735 if it's weather boosted by cloudy weather, and its shiny looks like this. I mean, that's a great looking shiny as well, and at least those hundos and the weather typing matching up to Zamazenta means this is super easy to remember the hundos and the weather types for 2,188, 2,735. I mean, I've committed to memory. It's It's one of the only times I actually remember the hundos, and that speaks to how excited I am to be able to get my Crown Shield Zamazenta following my Crowned Sword Zacian that I got in GoFest Osaka. I absolutely can't wait for Global. And like I said, it is the highest combat power Pokemon in the entire game, and its best moveset is Metal Claw and Behemoth Blade. Now, there's some small changes to the best counters to use when you're taking on Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta, but generally if you just use a fire or a ground type Pokemon, it'll perform relatively well against either of them. And that means that the best counters that you should bring might include Primal Groudon, Mega Charizard, Heatran, Mega Blaziken, Mega Garchomp, Reshiram, so forth. Fire, ground type Pokemon will serve you really well as part of this. Now, in terms of adventure effects, there is an adventure effect for Crown Sword Zacian and an adventure effect for Crown Shield Zamazenta. They both do similar things, but on other ends of the spectrum. So to start with, we have Behemoth Blade. Now, Behemoth Blade will do 10% more damage in raids when you're using it, and it'll do 5% more damage in max battles. And then Behemoth Bash for Zamazenta will increase the defense by 10% or in raids, and then 5% in max battles. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but if you think about how much damage or defense the top tier Pokemon have in each category, this is going to increase your stats by a lot more than just one or two blips on an IV line. So if you're someone that chases really great IVs, you're gonna get more out of using these adventure effects than you would if you just hunted the IVs. Sure, the IVs are gonna be a permanent change, but it's gonna be far less than what the boost of this is. So don't just look at it and go, oh, 10%, that doesn't sound like that much. When you're sort of nickel and diming some IVs, that can sometimes be like 1 or 2%. It's not huge, right? This is 10%. That is absolutely huge, and you don't need the Pokemon in the party. So if you use the adventure effect, you don't need to use Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta. You probably would want to, unless there's some kind of type reason. But yeah, you don't need them as part of your party as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So these adventure effects will last for 6 minutes like they normally do. You can just sort of like spam it and throw on half an hour if you want, but you won't be able to use it in conjunction with other ones. So you can't use Behemoth Bash or Behemoth Blade and then put on Roar of Time to pause that as well. So just bear in mind that is something to factor in. But I think these bonuses are pretty cool, and I'm really curious to know in the comments which you think is better. Do you prefer Behemoth Blade? Do you prefer Behemoth Bash? What do you think of those bonuses? It is a bit strange that, you know, Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta in the mainline games and in the anime, they were most used against Eternatus, which is rumored to be coming soon, but it's interesting to see it's only 5% bonus to attack or defense in max battles when you think it would be the other way around, but it's probably because in max battles, they want to preserve the value of the max mushroom to be able to do that damage. Otherwise, everyone would just use the adventure effects for that. So it's probably to protect the max mushrooms value. But at the same time, I think there's just so much damage that's done from some of these S tier Pokemon in the max battles as well. So that's probably why, but I do find it a bit strange. So that's everything in terms of how to defeat Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta. I mean, both are absolutely incredible. Both are absolute powerhouses. I think in the lead up to GoFest, a lot of people thought these were just snooze-worthy Pokemon, and they're just not. I mean, I'm a bit biased, of course, against Crown Sword Zacian, but it's a fantastic Pokemon on its own. I mean, 5,629, that's huge. When I started talking about that to people and I said, it's better than White Kyurem, man, everyone was like, White Kyurem's the best. And I'm like, it's 5,629, it's higher. And they're like, oh, I love Crown Sword Zacian. So easy to change people's minds with a little bit of data, but hopefully all the information in this video has converted you if you are not super excited about these two Pokemon. It is a bit of a shame that they've separated Zamazenta onto Saturday and Zacian onto Sunday. It'd be better if they rotated it and they said every other hour there would be the opposite Pokemon, but I think if that was the case, most people would just play one of the 2 days of GoFest, and the developers want you to play both days, obviously. As part of the ticket, the rumor is you will get 1,000 energy on either a sword or a shield path. So that will give you one of the fusions. at least, which is absolutely incredible. That is how I got my Crown Sword Zacian, because no energy dropped when I was in person as part of GoFest. But on Saturday and Sunday, energy will drop in between 100 and 80 to 100. Sorry, I think sometimes Necrozma was up to 110, but when Kyurem came around, it was in between 80 to 100. I don't know what the rhyme or reason for that is. It could have been based off speed, like with Mega Energy, or it could have been totally random. Either way, if you have the ticket, you will get that 1,000 as part of the research. Otherwise, you will just need to earn it straight up. I think in terms of the value of the ticket, is the ticket worth it for Global Go Fest? Totally up to you, but if you do raids, I think you will get the value of the raid passes out of the ticket as well, because 8 free raid passes, I think, per day. Like, it's a lot, right? So that's 16. I think the ticket is around about 16 to 20. I forget. I bought it so long ago, but there's a lot of bonuses as part of this as well, but I think you get the raids value out of the ticket as well. So if you do raids, I think it is worth it. If you don't do raids, then there's a lot of cool stuff coming up at GoFest. But that's everything. What do you think is better? Do you think, which adventure effect do you think is better? Are you most excited about Crown Sword Zacian or Crown Shield Zamazenta? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like. We're going to do a vlog for GoFest. I'll probably do 2 different vlogs for GoFest, one for Saturday, one for Sunday. I haven't fully planned it out yet, but I love doing them and I love all your comments. I read absolutely every single one of them and I reply to all of them. So please comment away, share this with your friends, and I'm so excited to see you guys during Global GoFest.